Well done. Well done. Um, I don't even know where to start. You know, the first thing I'm thinking while I'm watching this movie is just the cost. Oh, just how expensive it. Like every building that got destroyed, every stomp, every smash, every time Godzilla or King Kong's on screen, I'm just thinking in my head, oh my god, the budget, the money. I just got back from seeing it. I'm not really what do I know about movie reviews, right? What do I know about talking about a movie, giving my thoughts on it, But first time for everything, and I felt like I had to do this. This was it was awesome. I mean, listen, and here's the thing though, I'm going into this movie thinking, we're all going in here for one thing. We know what it is. We're here for the hands, for the on-site scrapping. We're here for the 1v1. That's what you're going to this movie for. I'm not going in here to see no side love plot, side story between two human characters. Nobody cares, bro. And that's what I love about this movie. They kept it, to be honest, I would have had a little bit less of the humans in it, but it was just on that line of like, are we, let's get back to the action. But I felt like everything was just spaced out right. And then the first thing they did right, automatically, movie starts. I'm not going to get into too much spoil. I mean, I only think there's one major spoiler. There's like one major spoiler in this, like the biggest, so I'm not going to talk about that kind of near the end of the movie. But what I will say is like, movie starts, automatically, the first thing we see is not some human, is not some going in the lab, talk about soldiers. We have an anomaly here and we don't know how to stop it. No, none of that. That comes later. That's there. But listen, the first thing you see is Kong. We just get King Kong in his habitat right from the jump already. I appreciate that. Give us what we can, introduce our main characters. Look, I feel like everybody else in this movie is just, you're a side character. Everybody else is like just characters in this CGI world. It's Kong, Godzilla. These are your main characters. It's about them. It's about the scrapping. That's what it is. That's what you came to this movie for, right? That's what you're gonna get. So, just a couple notes that I've written down, about the fights. I mean, I do feel like they're spaced out really well, because you can't just listen, I know we all just wanted to come in here and watch just 2 hours of Godzilla and Kong going at it, but I don't think that wouldn't work. Number one, that'd be too expensive. Number two, I think that you need the spacing in it, you know what I mean? So, I think there's about 3 fights in the whole movie. But they're pretty lengthy. They're not no short little 5-minute here. You know what I mean? They give us a good amount. And I felt like after it was, it was a well needed break. You know what I mean? It's not just here. They give us some action. It's good action. It's not some it's good action. You're satisfied. Your heart's pumping. You know what I mean? And then fight's over, and then you breathe. Okay, have a little bit here, a little more exposition. Yada yada yada. Human characters got to get their shine. I will say the one character that did stand out for me, as you'll probably hear in other impressions, reviews, whatever, is Brian Tyree Henry. Whenever he was on the screen, he was kind of like the comedic relief. You always got to have one of those guys in these kind of movies. But yeah, whenever he was on the screen, I wasn't mad at it. Okay, but other characters, I could have gone a little less without them. But yeah, everything was just spaced out nice. You get a fight, get a little bit of a break, we get another fight, boom, more exposition, and then there was like mini action in between the big, the fights that we came here for. You know what I mean? They get their solo time too. Godzilla and Kong get some solo action. You know what I mean? Fighting other things, but it was just freaking awesome. Like I can't complain. That's what I came here for. I was satisfied. And about who wins, I'm not gonna talk about that, but I will say that. Listen, look, just because I have a Rafiki poster in the background, whatever, that doesn't mean anything. Don't say he's a Kong stan. I'm not gonna say who I was rooting for going in, but I will say that no matter who you root for, I think that you will leave this movie satisfied. You know what I mean? Like at the end, I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I can, even when they were fighting and stuff, I wasn't mad at it. You know what I mean? Usually, I guess if you're a diehard, if you're a super hard fanboy of one or the other, you might be sort of mad. But I think that, you're gonna leave, just saying, okay, I'm cool with that, and that was it. And it's just a nice little button on the top, nice little ribbon on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, this movie's it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Go in, get your snacks ready, get your drinks, whatever you got to do. Just sit back, have a good time. If you're expecting something, some heavy side plot action, this deep narrative, and all this, this is not what it is. You know what it is when you're coming into this movie. They had one goal, and that's what they did. They succeeded at it. I will say also, you do have to suspend your disbelief just a bit. Suspension of disbelief. You have to. There was a lot of moments where you could be like, wait, how did he get here? How did they do this? Wait, how did they get him on this? How did they lift him on the... There's a lot of that. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of that, a lot of questioning. There's just a lot of like plot hole kind of things that you just kind of wonder how they got here or how this happened. Turn it off. Turn your brain off. Doesn't matter. Just switch it off. You're here for just balls to the wall action between these two beasts, and that's what you get, and that's what they succeed at. So forget all that other stuff. The moment you start questioning and you start getting too deep into the dialogue and all the, because I'm gonna be honest, some of the dialogue sounded like something out of a dubbed anime, or like what is it, like you're playing a video game, one of the NPCs is like in his tense moments, he's like, we have to find out what's wrong with the I don't there's some of that kind of dialogue in there. That's a little cheesy, a little could have been delivered a little bit better. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. Look, they're just side pieces. Every single main human character is a side piece. The main two, are the ones that don't talk. The one it's just straight to scrapping. It's on site. You know what I mean? So yeah, put all that to the side. Just have a good time. Honestly, it's just a good time. It's fun. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Please go out and see this. Please do. Movie theaters are open again. Depending on where you're at, but where I'm at, movie theaters are good. You don't gotta wear a mask the whole time, as long as you're just munching on popcorn the whole time. Look, nobody cares. Look, go out, have a good time, get your drinks, do whatever you gotta do, and see this movie. I'm gonna give this... Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because I don't want to be like, if I'm sitting here like critiquing like the dialogue and the characters and the structure of does this work and this and that. If I bring all of that in, obviously it's gonna weigh on it a little bit. But if I'm saying forget all that, I look at movies just, what are you trying to do? Who's this movie for? What's the goal? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to get across in this movie? It's in the freaking title, and that's what they did. And I was satisfied. So because of that, like, I'm gonna give it a 9. Honestly, ignoring all of that, the other stuff, I'm giving it a 9. The only reason it's not a 10, maybe just because of some of the useless human scenes. I felt like could have done a little bit less of those. But yeah, it's a 9 for me. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please go out and see this Godzilla vs. Kong. Out in theaters now. I know I didn't see it the first day it came out, but whatever. Gotta do what you gotta do.